It's been a day of tears of joy. It is neither a psyop any more than it is a cyclops, but something in between. The mind's eye. If you pedestalize me, I will rebuke you. This is not about me. Me being this physical thing. It's all about I, third eye. It's all an inside job. Bringing yourself in alignment. Solar plexus, the gap, feeling the heart, which is at the center, the heart, and then the divine union of the two hemispheres. The conscious mind doesn't need to know. It can access files from the subconscious, left brain, right brain, doesn't matter which way round it is, because as I'm seeing this, and as you'll see it on a video, left becomes right, right becomes left. It's all a reflection. It's one day, so there's one, which is now, and it's 38 degrees. 138. You just cannot make this up because you don't need to make it up. Let me take you back to where it all began, which I can't, and yes I can. I can't give you a fixed date. Obviously it would be 0, but it just continuously loops until you see it. It just loops like a figure of 8 until you can get to the point where you be still. Bring yourself to center. See the little cross in the middle of the sideways, the 8 that's turned flat. Referencing flat earth, flat plane. But it's about being upright. So it's an inside job. Solar plexus falling to the root. Rising again through the heart. The heart's not over to the left, and it is not a pump. It is a regulator. It's your divine mother of your earth, which is your body. There's a song that I can't decode. Not that I can't decode it. I can't say it. You're going to love this. The group or the artist is called Great Big World. The song, I feel the emotions. I don't even have to hear the song. It's called Say Something. This is, to all intents and purposes, an external democracy. So talking to the masses, throwing out, casting seeds, they're falling on fallow ground. It would be a waste of my energy, and it would also be going down a path of trying to force against someone's free will. If they don't see it, they don't see it. 144,000. Well, there must be therefore in another 144,000. There's another world there. That's not my world. I'm in a world of 144,000. That's really all these videos are for. The seeds are being cast to fertile ground. And it's not from anything I say as such, it's how you feel, how it resonates, how it strikes a chord in you. There's so many channels, and some of you say, what? That one's a fraud, that one's a fake, why are you mentioning that one? So I'm not mentioning any names, but there's been a bit in something in everything. It's all been a massive reflection on which to see. It's the universe is presenting it to you. It's reflecting back what you already know inside yourself from the heart brain, because it does have a cellular structure just like the brain, but it's something like 100 times more powerful. That's what in this game is hidden from you. But it is a great big world, but it doesn't need to whirl. It can be calm, it can be still, it can be a brighter light. I can have the high hopes. Ultimately, it is love. But there has to be a solid foundation, and that is in to rest. Inter and rest. Be still and know that I am is another way of saying it. Joseph Benner, from a previous era of what you could say are truth seekers and spiritual teachers, and even that horrible term guru. I personally don't like that. I don't. But I will. It comes back. I will rebuke you if you say that, because you will heal yourself by your faith alone. Whether you use the word faith, its I is right in the centre. If you trust, it is you in the centre, because it is a you in verse. So it's been tears of joy. It's been a cleansing from within. It's welled up from the gut, and the waters come from above. So let it all out. Let it flow. It's a necessary step. Alone is all one. But in the external play out, it doesn't need to be one. It can be more than one. You can play all the parts. I can be Moses, and I can say the Son of Man, which is the solar plexus, must be lifted up like the serpent. The serpent is brass. Brass is a compound of two metals which represent divine feminine and divine masculine. There you go. It's a staff, it's your spine, it's the caduceus. It's the sine wave on a vertical axis. It's a kundalini rising, it's a resurrection, because you're sure you resurrect within oneself. It's all an inside job. I feel you will agree. If you look at the external world, fiat currency, inshore and scams and tax, something that a hidden hand that is taking but is not putting anything in, but is doing it for your own good, protecting you, governing you, being a government, governing your mind. Can you not do that for yourself? You can have that childlike wonder, but you can be mature about it, not adult, but you can be mature. You can mature. That spirit, that seed can grow in the fertile soil, which is the earth, which is the heart, which is the hearth, which is your physical avatar. A world within a world, created from the earth. When the avatar expires, it is called remains, because it is part of this realm, so it remains here, regardless of what timeline it is on. Now my nose is running, excuse me. I'm not stopping in mid-flow, but I am stopping in mid-flow, if you know what I mean. So, yes, when am I going to upload this video? Because I've already done one today, and a short, which was unintentional. Well, there was no expectation or intention. It just came, and it's done in the moment. But I do need to charge this phone, because I do have consultations. I can help you become DAPPER. Depression, anxiety, panic attacks, paranoia, energetically resolved. To quote Jason of Archaics, don't let me tell you, let me show you. The showing won't be anything physical. The showing will be because you'll feel from what I've said. Listen to what the body is telling on the mind every time. This is something Lana A La Bonte talks about. I put the link in the previous video to the untethered soul. What's an untethered soul? Could we come up with another name for that? Could we call it Errant, for example? An error to the AI. A free radical. Something that is creating its own circuits, rewiring the mind, reinventing yourself. Vent is outward, so it's projecting out with the mind's eye. If I want to know the answers, if I want to see everything, each one of you is a you in verse. So I close my eyes, I start in the darkness, and I see everything in the mind's eye, because I'm watching what's going backwards and forwards, that's going left to right, on the linear of the mind. It's no longer a world where thoughts are just going round and round and round and getting my head in a spin. That's implied in the external, is it not? Whether it's convex, concave, or whatever, but it's turnings of the stars. You're turning things around inside yourself, and you're bringing yourself into alignment. You're seeing both the Cyclops and the Psyops, and you're letting your eye be singular and filled with light. The light from within, the Christ from within. And that Christ, it doesn't matter what experience you've had, that Christ within you will take on the sins of the world. All the things where you would have what you would perceive as your enemies have been your greatest teachers. So you take on, you forgive yourself, and you thank them, effectively, because they have helped you on your journey. See how beautiful this is? Oh, look, I've got an orb. I've just noticed. It's one of those paper lampshade things. Covered in dust, no doubt. I'll probably have to dust it, but I'm not becoming a slave to this material reality. It'll get done when it'll get done. Now it's time for coffee and a rest and a relax, and bring myself back down and ground, because it can seem overwhelming, the speed that this all comes through. Oh, I just saw 12:02, a 122, a 212. So there's two, and there's one in the middle. There's two places that are represented as a male aspect, the Son and the Father. But then right in the centre, and it's all about being centred, is the heart. It's reflected even with the composition and the physiology of these avatars. The clues are all within you. That, I feel, is a good example of what that means, because it does sound a puzzling saying, you already know all the answers. You don't need to know everything. Just watch the screen, watch the mind's eye, attune to that. That's the channel that you really want to find, the one that is within you. The rest are just guides. Unconditional love to you all. We're going to stop at 13 minutes. It's unlucky for some. The some is like the Sumer, the first civilization in the story again. Here we go round again. The black-headed one. Well, when you close your eyes, what colour are you seeing? This is the external light in Maya. Is it a real light? Is it an illusion? Is it a simulation? Is it a hologram, a holosphere, whatever you want to call it? But if you shut your eyes, I don't know if mine will change on this video. There are those that have seen it. I've seen real fear in people's eyes from seeing it. It is what it is. I've had mediums at psychic fairs and various people with psychic abilities say they see me as a red flag. Well, it's a cloaking device because you weren't ready to see it, because you would use a thinking interpretation of it. I acknowledge there's a draconian part. It's in the lineage, the line age. We didn't stop at 13 minutes, we're still going. But it's not an egoic thing, it's a self-acknowledgement. I have to have draconian laws within inside oneself, because the draconian laws are enacted by my own actions from my thoughts. If I dismiss something and I go against the feeling that the solar plexus, that the sun is trying to tell you, then I'm killing something. I'm destroying a world. I become an opposite polarity almost. So I have to take draconian measures. It takes a discipline, whether you're doing meditations, whether you're doing a fasting, whether you're doing whatever, whether you're saying, I'm no longer going to watch conspiracy stuff. I'm no going to look at the external world and watch the news, whatever it is. Just close your eyes, be still, know that I have. It comes back to, does it not? But you can benefit greatly by discernment. Discernment. Listen to the heart, listen to the gut, listen to the body. And you'll feel it inside yourself. I can't describe what is on the Dyson shell, although I have seen what is beyond the Dyson shell. There are no words. I have nothing I can compare it to even describe it. That the only way I can say is, let me show you, because if it resonates, then therefore you will feel it, you will see it for yourself. You will find the Christ within you that is guiding you. You will find that you also have, and you are, the light in this world. It is nothing external of you. Seek the kingdom within is one thing. Do you not realize that Christ is within you is another way? If you can see it from multiple angles, it comes back to that again. That's just, again, 2 examples. I think 2 is sufficient when you are in 2 days world. A simulation of nighttime, a simulation of daytime, a psyops and a cyclops. The truth lies somewhere. The truth is between. It's in the middle. You'll see it with the mind's eye. Oh, we've got up to 17. That's it. I am stopping now. Unconditional love to you all.